Hello everyone, welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name is Adam Smith. We are playing through Xanadu, the Summit of Glory, solo trial number 2 from Hoplomachus Origins. And I'm really excited about this because I think I might have a shot at it. We'll see. We'll try to use the same strategy we had going forward, but there's just a couple things I want to mention about new changes to what's around here in case you're not familiar. What I have right here is a Hoplomachus Origins staging mat, which allows me when I'm drafting to actually put my units somewhere so that I can actually put them there instead of in the black abyss over here to the right. So that's a nice to have option. It's also good for PvP, and it also keeps track of fallen warriors where death comes knocking, so they'll get stacked right there. That's one thing I added. Second thing I added was premium chips. So you'll notice the chips underneath the characters are a little brighter. They also have some weight and will sound a bit better. So there's premium chips for blue under there. I have red chips up here as well in the tray. Additionally, you'll see alloy dice, which are incredibly cool. These are very heavy thematic dice. If you saw the unboxing that I did for Rise of Rome, these dice sound amazing when rolling and also sound insane when they hit the mat. They just sound like thunder. They also knock every chip over that you have, so it's probably better to roll off to the side. And again, they can also be rolled inside the Chip Theory dice tray as well. They're pretty cool. And just because of the fact they're alloy, they weigh a lot. As you can see, they hit back pretty quick. They have some pretty good weight to them. That sounds pretty solid. So anyway, I'm really excited to use those during the playthrough. So we'll get our 4 ready for the champion, which is a black, green, yellow, and blue. Put them to the side. And then what we're going to do is start is draft. So in this particular solo trial number 2, I can only draft up to 5 chips based on the restrictions. So I can have 6. I'm going to have to get rid of one. I'm choosing to get rid of Propel. I know it could be useful, but I'm choosing to go with a stronger lineup of gladiators instead. I'm also choosing not to redraft my entire house completely. So you are allowed, from what I understand, to go ahead and change out whatever you want to try to beat a certain trial. You're not stuck with the same set you have when drafting, but it's up to you whether you think your strategy's good enough with the synergies between the people you draft and the tactics you draft to beat the trial you're going after. That's what I'm going to find out here in a second. So I've drafted the Centurion, the Hoplite, the Retainer, this individual here, and Adrenaline. Okay, so we've got our 5 all set up on the mat, ready to go. We're ready to begin the very first round of this solo trial, so let's get to it. The very first thing I'm going to do is, obviously, I get to start. So I'm going to deploy. I'm bringing the Centurion out right away because I am not going to wait to have these guys get on this arena hex early and cause me grief. The one thing I'm going to do as well is I'm going to give him Adrenaline as a tactic. You're allowed to do a deployment of a gladiator and a tactic if you so choose. So I'm doing that. I'm going to put the Centurion right here so he's strategically able to kind of go in either direction. One thing we're going to have to take note of is the fact there is a very similar setup of enemies from the last trial, except we have one new one called Machimoi, or let me see, Machimoi? So hopefully that's correct. I don't know. We'll see if the pronouncing is bang on, but our pronunciation. But we've got a black die and a yellow die for him, so he's nothing to laugh about. He's got the toss ability, which allows him, if he's sitting here, for instance, and I'm here, he could toss me left to right. So that's left or right, I should say. So that's never good. And then on top of that, he has Bloodlust, meaning if he's got a couple chips off his health and he's still alive, he's not only going to roll the black die and the yellow die, he rolls an additional black die, making him extremely aggressive and very angry when he's hurt. So anyway, I started off, I deployed, can't move or attack, so my turn's done. We're moving over here to our champion, who's going to roll 4 alloy dice. For now, I'll roll them on this mat because we have space, but later I'll probably roll them in the tray. Holy, I got pretty much everything. So he got a green to start. We got to go in order here, so green is move. We're going to take Ariq Boke. Strategically, I can put him here or here. I'm going to have him go away. I don't want him pairing up. I don't want all those black dice in the same area. It's too strong. So I'm moving him over to this side. That's my strategy anyway. The next one we'll resolve is the... we resolved the green one first, which is move. The next one we'll resolve is heave. Well, he can't heave anybody because, first off, it has to be on arena hex. I don't have anyone on arena hex, so his heave is useless. So the next up is going to be the blue die, which is area knockback. So that's all adjacent opposing units are pushed 1 hex away from this unit. If possible, units not pushed away take 2 damage. So this particular die here is going to inflict some damage around, but in this particular case, it's going to do nothing, thankfully. So that's good news. So the next thing we're going to do, oh, actually, I guess now we've resolved all the dice there, so that's good. Now we're back to my turn. Oh, sorry, we're not back to my turn. I have to now initiate or activate these 2 units. So Korykos is going to move to about here. I think she'll stop there, so she's on her arena hex based on her AI. And then we're going to have Machimoi. He's going to move to this arena hex right here. He's got 2 movement. So they're kind of covering both sides, plus we've got this guy down the middle. Not looking so hot for us. We need to get in there and cause some problems. No attacking will be done because their attack or their range for attacks are just around them. We don't have anyone currently in range, so we're fine. And now we'll move on to my turn again. So I'm going to bring out the Hoplite for my deployment. He gets 3 health. Of course, I'm checking to see if I have any arena individuals on hexes in the arena. I don't, like on these particular blue spots for points. I don't. So I'm going to drop him here. My strategy with him is to get him to Korykos as fast as possible and try to kill her. That would be the hope. And we might be able to do that. We'll see how that works in a second. So he's been deployed, so I can't move or attack with him. So we're moving to the movement phase now, where we have my Centurion, who's been deployed last round, is ready to move. So my Centurion is going to use, well, he's got 2 movement total, so he's going to move 1. That's as far as I need to move. Although what I'll probably do is move 2 here, and then I'm going to activate the shove ability on the Centurion to shove Machimoi off of the arena hex, so we no longer have anyone there. And I'm also safe from, and the shove allows me to kind of take the spot of the person I shoved. So that's really handy. At this point now, movement is done. He's off the hex, so that's great. I can't activate the Hoplite, but I can attack now with the Centurion, and the Centurion's going to attack this individual. The cool thing is I'm elevated for +1, and he is going to take a hurting, hopefully. So a green die is what I get to roll. So I got 1 green dice, hoping for a hit. Nailed it. So we've got 2 damage coming off of him. Now this is dangerous because remember his Bloodlust will activate when he starts to attack in future rounds, because when he loses health or he's not at his total health, he rolls an additional black die. That's going to be really painful for me. Okay, so that's that. That was a good round. That worked out pretty decent, but that's as much as I can do now. So we're moving back over to the champion, Ariq Boke, who's going to be rolling his 4 dice. We got a blue, black, and a green. So we know the green is the first thing, which is movement, and he's going to be going towards an arena hex, so he'll land him there. This is dangerous. The black one is heave. Heave the strongest opposing adjacent unit on an arena hex directly overhead if possible. Well, he can. So he's chucking my Centurion to the opposite side of him, which is inconvenient for me. And then the next step is he's going to do an arena knockback for his blue die, and that'll be resolving all of his. The arena knockback says all adjacent opposing units are pushed 1 hex away from this unit if possible, otherwise they take 2 damage. So now the Centurion's pushed all the way over here. Yikes, so that didn't pan out so good. Now the one thing I don't want to forget about, guys, and I already did, and I should probably put this note on a piece of paper, is that Korykos was the only individual that was on arena hex at the beginning of this round. So they in fact do have 1 point as a starting this round. So before the champion just did his thing, I should have just given the point for the individual sitting on the rock, which is Korykos. So, all right, so we'll continue on. We're going to activate these 2 guys now. So I gave that point for her. She's happy where she is. She's not going to leave. She's not going to leave anywhere. She's going to stay exactly where she is because she wants the points based on the AI. Whereas this individual, he is going to happily move on to the arena hex as well. So now he is going to be here. Now he can move up to 2. So strategically, he would probably move... I mean, I can stop him in either case, wherever I want him to be. I'm going to have to say that I want him to be probably here. Yeah, I'm going to say here. My hope is I can kill him next turn. That's the hope. So I'm going to put him there, and he's on the arena hex now, and he's done. So now we're starting a brand new round. I don't have any units on the arena hexes, sadly. They're doing much better than I am. So I'm going to start drafting. I'm going to draft this guy because I want him to get out there and start manipulating dice in the future to prevent any of us from dying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring 3 health into play for him. And I'm going to draft him probably, let's put him here. All right, so that's that. And the next move is movement. So I get to move with these guys. Centurion has 2 movement, so I could send a Centurion to Korykos, which wouldn't be a bad idea, and keep Centurion away from Ariq Boke. This is going to be tough. I'm gonna change it. So I'm gonna have the Centurion move to here, and then the Centurion's going to do. Actually, you know what? I can only do shove. So actually, that's perfect. I'll move here. And I'll do a shove ability on Korykos to push her to here. And then I'm going to... no, I don't want to shove her over there because then she'll end up attacking the hoplite. Let's have... 1, 2... No, that's the only thing. That's the only play I've got. So I'm going to move the Centurion here. I'm going to shove her over. I'm going to shove her over to here, which puts me onto the arena hex, which is good. Now the hoplite wants to... Now, at the end of the day, I'm going to probably have the Centurion try to attack her because he's going to get a +1 bonus and potentially kill her. But first, we are going to move the hoplite in position to kill Machimoi. So he's going to move 2. So I'm going to have him go 1 and then 2. That's okay because this guy, when he activates in a later round, will be able to run around if I need him to or put him wherever I want. Actually, I can reposition as an alternate attack. So reposition says instead of attacking, the unit may move 1 hex. Ugh, no, but I want to be able to kill this guy off. So I'm gonna leave it as is. That's my turn. I'm happy with what I've got laid out here. So now we're gonna start attacking. So I'm gonna have the Centurion attack Korykos, who I'm just hoping basically is able to. Well, I'm hoping I can just kill her off. We'll see. I get the +1 for elevation, so that's good. I'm rolling a green die, and if I land a hit, she's gone. So here's hoping. Nailed it, so she is dead. We've killed off Korykos, so she's going to go into the Fallen Warriors pile, and I'll take her off the map. It's awesome. 1 person less to worry about. Now what we're going to do is have the Hoplite do an attack, and now he has Skewer, so... Me moving where I moved was stupid. So in hindsight, because I haven't actually activated him yet, I'm going to move him here because I forgot about his ability to skewer, which allows him to hit the person behind the individual he's targeting as well. So instead of just moving to here, I'll have him move here instead. And that doesn't change any gameplay. I just remembered that skewer ability now. I'm in a lower level, so I don't get the elevate bonus. I roll 1 black die, just hoping to hit, because if I hit, I kill off Machimoi as well. And I do, so that individual is gone. So this guy's out of here as well. Now I've got 2 of them gone in this 1 turn. That's awesome. And then the extra damage hits him, but remember he's got parry, so the first basic attack that comes through, he totally misses. So that skewer doesn't matter. So I guess my repositioning of my position didn't matter in the end anyway, but I'll leave it where it is because I've changed it. Okay, so that's all of that, and now we're ready to go back to, well, the only individual left on the board is Ariq Boke starting with the enemy round. He's going to get 1 point because he's actually sitting on Arena Hex, and now there's 2 points for them. He's going to activate by us rolling his 4 die for his AI. We got a green and a blue. So in terms of his movement, you know, he's gonna try to move to be closest to the weakest enemy second after he's on an arena hex. It says, let me see here, yeah, so it says move toward the arena hex and then the closest opposing unit and then the weakest opposing unit. So he's already towards the closest. So technically I think he would go after the hoplite in this situation. So he would move to here to be targeting the hoplite. So he's going to sit there because and it's also positionally makes sense for him based on his attacks. So now he's going to use his blue die, which is Arena Knockback. So this says all opposing units are pushed 1 hex away from this unit. If possible, units not pushed away take 2 damage. So essentially the Centurion shoved off, so I'm not going to end up getting a point. And the hoplite shoved back. Actually, the hoplite can't be, or he can be shoved this way. So I guess he'd be shoved off down that way. So he's doing a pretty good job of clearing us off the rocks. Now, thankfully, he's only got 2 points so far. We were able to take out the rest of the gladiators, but still, he's causing us some problems. So that's the end of his turn. So now it's coming back to me. I don't have anyone on an arena hex, so I get no points, but I get to draft. So I'm going to bring the retainer individual out. So he's got 5 health, which is pretty awesome. So I'm going to grab 5 health chips. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to grab him and drop him. Let's put him here. Okay, so now I'm going to be able to activate these three. I can't activate the retainer because I just deployed it. This guy, I'm gonna move him 1, 2. I'll put him 2. Actually, I'll put him 3. Put him here. I don't want to get in the way of this guy who's a really slow mover. So I'll get him 1, 2, 3 to here. I have the ability to swap. Ooh, does swap allow me to do something? Because maybe I don't want to do that. Unit may switch places with another adjacent unit. Oh, perfect. Well, let's. I've got 1, 2, 3. Why don't I stop? I'm gonna go 1, 2. Wait, let me think about this. If I go 1, 2. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna go 1, 2 down here. And I'm gonna use the swap ability to swap myself with. I'm kind of swapping him off the arena hex. That worked out really good. And then the hoplite is gonna move 2. Ugh. It's not exactly useful. You know what? Instead of going for points, we might just want to go for attacks and try to just take them down. So maybe what I'll do is I'm gonna have the hoplite move to here this turn, and then I have a reposition alt attack. What does that allow me to do again? Instead of attacking, it may move 1 hex. I'm gonna leave him here, and then I'm gonna have the Centurion go up on top of the elevated spot. And so I'm kind of doing a little bit of everything here. I'm also kind of blocking him away. Hopefully this works. So the next step is going to be, and also if he activates his silly little spin thing or pushing anyone away, I'll still be within distance of getting back on here. So now we're going to activate our attacks. This individual does nothing except mess with the die of this guy, so he's useless for now. Hoplite, I can choose to attack with him first. Remember, parry means whatever basic attack comes at him first, he's going to totally negate. So essentially, I'd rather actually have the attack from the hoplite be negated because the hoplite's not elevated like the Centurion is. So basically, I'm rolling a black die, which it doesn't matter the result because he's going to get parried because it's the first attack. And it was. So Ariq Boke parries that. But now the Centurion's going to attack. And the Centurion now is going to get +1 for being elevated, and I'm rolling a green die instead, hoping for damage. And I missed, but I still get the 1 from the elevated, so he does still lose 1. So that's okay. I'm kind of aiming to go for more of a kill than I am for than a points win, but we'll see. I'm kind of still got a chance for that too. So that's essentially it now for that, and we're going to move over to his turn. So we're going to move or roll for the champion. Now the champion is not on any arena hex, so no points this turn, thankfully, so that's not going up. I'm going to roll 4 dice for his AI. He's got a black and a green. Green allows him to move. Now at this point, he'd be moving towards the closest arena hex first. So he can't go this way, so he's going to be probably moving. He'll be moving along over here like so, heading this way. But it also says closest opposing unit. I wonder if he would move in that case. I don't think strategically he would move. I don't think that would make sense. So I'm going to have him. I don't know if I have the choice to move him there or not. Technically, because he has moved, he's supposed to move towards the nearest arena hex. So I guess he would. I guess he would be trying because he can't go this way. He'd be going this way. And then when he lands here, he rolled a black die, which is heave the strongest opposing adjacent unit on an arena hex, which is a Centurion, directly overhead if possible. But it's not possible because he's up against a wall, so nothing happens. So that's awesome. And now, essentially, his turn is done. And we come back to me. I have no more units to deploy, but now all of my guys can activate. So I also get 2 points for having 2 guys or gladiators on the arena hexes. So now we're finally tied for points. And the next thing I'm going to do is, well, we could try to kill him. That would be kind of fun. Let's see. This guy here has 1 movement. So I'm just going to try to get this guy closest to the arena hex as possible. He's going to be going to get on that. The hoplite, on the other hand, will... You know what? Let's just go for the arena hex. 1, 2. I'm just going to storm it. So we're going to go like this. So we have more people on the arena hexes. And actually, because I have reposition, alternate attack, I'm going to actually have him move one more because he's not attacking this turn. And he's going to use reposition to, instead of attacking, to move here during the move phase. So he's going to move a little further in. I'm leaving room for him to come in next because he's only got one movement. Shove is useless here because I can't shove Ariq Boke any further, but now I can start attacking. Oh, I should probably think about what to do with this guy. No, it's okay. I'm all right. I'm all right with it. I'm happy with this. This is going to potentially... I might have changed my mind and going for the points in the arena instead. So I'm going to leave it like this. My attack that I would make with the Centurion is a green die, but remember, Ariq Boke blocks and parries whatever I do on the first attack, so that did nothing. There's no point in even rolling it, even though I did for fun. So now we're going to go ahead and activate the enemies, starting with them. So again, this enemy is not on a arena hex, so no points for him. And now we got to roll for his AI. Here's hoping he doesn't get anything good. Oh my gosh, that one's cocked. There we go. So he got one of everything. That's really bad. Okay, so we got to move. He's going to try to get to an arena hex. What's the closest one? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to go back this way. Then he's going to activate next his heave ability. So heave the strongest unit. So he's going to chuck the Centurion over his shoulder and back out here, which is pretty crazy. And then the arena knockback is going to trigger. So all adjacent opposing units are pushed 1 hex away from this unit. So he's going to be shoved. And I'm going to say that he would likely be knocked, not back here, but over here. I would assume on the AI part of things, maybe I could probably choose to put him here. But I'm going to assume that when he's doing an area knockback, if he can knock me off of an arena hex, he's going to do it. Because that just makes sense logically. So he's going to knock him back. He can't knock the Centurion back any further, and because of that, I have to take 2 damage. And there's nothing I can do about that because parry stops a basic attack, a successful basic attack, and this is not considered a basic attack, this arena knockback. So he's going to take 2 damage. So that kind of sucks because he couldn't go back any further. And then there's a basic attack that's going to happen to resolve the yellow die. So that's the last thing you do. And the basic attack, well, the only person beside him is the Centurion, but he does have parry, so regardless of the roll by Ariq Boke, it's going to be parried. So I'd parry that hit, thankfully, because the Centurion has that ability, and we're safe and good to go. So that's pretty much it. And now what we're going to do is we'll just start talking about the beginning of my turn, which I'm going to actually end up getting 1 point for having 1 individual unit on the arena hexes. So now I'm at 3 points, so it's 3-2. We still have this champion in play. This is my current arrangement. We're going to be moving into the deploy phase, which again, like I talked about, is useless because I don't have anything to deploy. We're actually moving into the move phase of my turn coming into the next video. So if you guys are enjoying the playthrough so far, let me know. I really enjoy this game. There's lots of strategic choices. You can see how just adding that 1 extra guy caused way more chaos in this second trial than the first one, and a totally different strategy of how to get guys positionally into the right spot. So anyway, if you guys like what you see, give me a thumbs up, share the video with your friends. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. I can't wait to see your feedback and hear all your thoughts on the current playthrough. I'll see you in the next one. Keep on rolling solo.